Northeastern's right here. They only gave us first name, so we'll just have to kind of work with what we got. Welcome back here on the Ivy League on ESPN. I'm Elijah Gonzalez, and I'm joined now by Tom Kindly here on the broadcast as Northeastern works with it over on the far side. Lots of rugby action today that all began back at 9 a.m. And here we are about 3.5 hours in and back to our round robin. Northeastern big winners in the first contest of the round robin. As nice tackle made there was put on by Miller.
Yeah, and Northeastern are showing a good desire to move the ball here early on, which is good to see after their early mistake by Harvard giving the ball up.
Worked quickly by the Huskies. Northeastern in that first game, they didn't turn it over much. That one knocked forward and get a restart here, but miscue there by the Huskies. So the reset will come, and a scrum set for Harvard. They 5:20 to go. They'll have possession. Flipped off by Wright. Back over. And now worked quickly up the field. Wright picks it up. Almost lost it. Able to corral it. Good job by Harvard. Creates some space. Tong flips it off. Trying to get this one to the outside. They're able to. Working quickly upfield is Groff. Groff, will she be caught? Yes, she will from the backside just outside the 22-meter. Handoff, and now being pushed forward. Harvard doing a good job just trying to work down towards that try zone.
And you can see Harvard realigning really quickly. Lots of depth and swinging the ball back from side to side.
Aaron Wright for the try. Harvard 5.
A nice string of paces there from Harvard. A couple of line breaks and good support of the ball carrier.
And a terrific job. We talk about Harvard and what they've done well throughout the day, but you see they're just so fluent, and that's just coming off the program, what they continue to preach through this program.
Yeah, well, Harvard, they're a well-coached side. Obviously, we've got Mel Denham at the helm there, and she is one of the coaches of the Collegiate All-Americans, and obviously she's doing a really great job with this program.
When you look, Tom, at what it takes for, I asked this a couple of times to everyone that's come on, take a look at sevens as opposed to 15s. What are you looking for when you see a very talented sevens player as opposed to 15s?
Well, obviously speed is going to be crucial in sevens, but I think more importantly is just the skill acquisition the game requires. As we'll see a little line break down the outside there from number 14 for Northeastern. Gets the offload away.
Terrific job, but then that one is now kicked forward by Wright. Wright trying to get there first. She's able to pick it up. Terrific job. Aaron Wright has played an excellent game to this point.
And we've got a good contest on our hands at the moment between Harvard B and Northeastern. Harvard got some space on the outside. Looking to find it.
They're trying to work to that outside there, but knocked down, and it goes back to Tong. Brought back. Flipped. Taken down, and now we'll have a restart here, and a high tackle is going to be the call on Northeastern. So that will bring a penalty, and Harvard now going to try and take advantage.
Yeah, so Northeastern will be down to 6 now, which will be difficult for the next 2 minutes.
Especially against a Harvard team that, well, right before that, they hadn't had many miscues passing the ball today.
Yeah, it'll be a great opportunity for Harvard to attack now and hopefully put some points on the board.
Nice cut back. Gives it off to Wright. Looking for the stiff arm and the flip. And now we will have another stoppage, and Ball will go over here to Northeastern after knock on there. And now, again, we talk about what Northeastern did throughout this day. A very impressive display in the first showing. This Northeastern team, a club team, still trying to get their footing and get to that varsity level. But when you face these talented teams like Harvard, it's easy to do that.
Yeah, it's a great experience for these sides, isn't it? And I think it's great for women's rugby in New England. As we see a great offload in number 5 for Northeastern. Races away down the outside and dots down.
A terrific job on the run there. And that is going to be a try there for Dominique Davis, the senior, as she goes in for the try. And just like that, we're all tied at 5. And now a tough conversion chance set to come. This one, see if they can try to convert. The conversion opportunities have been few and far between at times today. With a 5-5 score here in the first half.
Yeah, we're all locked up with a minute to play. And both these sides will be looking to put some more points on the board before the half.
And just so key as we move forward here today for all these teams execution-wise. These are some of the first 7 games that they've played this year. We're seeing some of the kinks getting worked out as the day goes on.
Yeah, and I think it's great to see both of these teams out here right now looking to play, looking to spread the ball, and although it's been a little rusty at times, there's some really good intent.
There's a good play there. Kearney trying to work her way towards that middle. Flip back to right. And a reset here after miscue that time by Harvard. So now Northeastern will get the reset here on the scrum. And the final horn has sounded, so this will be, again, the last gasp here. Picked up by Northeastern. Good.
Wrapped up by the halfback.
Good attack there by Harvard defensively. Flips it off. Now they got space. To the outside, trying to cut it back. Good tackle made there. Northeastern trying to work it to the outside. They've got room.
Great ball transfer and Fend out on the right wing, and she's got acres of space.
They may go. This could be a try for Northeastern. It will. Isabel Haber takes it in for the try, and Northeastern will take the lead going into this halftime break. What an impressive display that time.
Yeah, well, it started from the scrum, the turnover down the bottom right corner, and they went end to end, swung the ball side to side, and a great finish.
Now we will have a attempt here for the conversion here by Dominic Davis. And it's up and good, and that will end the first half of action. So a 12-5 lead, and Tom, you mentioned it, we're seeing some good execution off of the scrum for both these sides.
Yeah, well, it's a good attacking performance, isn't it? And if you can get some go forward from that, then obviously you've got all the forwards in one spot and lots of width.
And now if you're Harvard in this situation, you trail 12-5, obviously still a one try and a conversion game right now. What's the key for Harvard, especially moving into the second half?
Yeah, I don't think Harvard need to panic here. They've been looking really good. Just keep the ball in hand, try to limit the knock-ons, the wee mistakes they've been making, and the number 11 on the left wing out there has looked outstanding in the first half. So get the ball out there and try to exploit that space.
When you talk about getting it to the outside and what that brings, how important is it to have such an explosive player out there?
Well, yeah, it is very important because obviously you've got the space out there, and if you've got a quick player who can exploit that, then that's going to be points on the board, isn't it? So, although it is important, it's equally important to have playmakers in the middle of the field to be able to get the ball out there as well, which I think is the thing that these teams need to develop the most, and that's the ball handling and the skills of the game. And
now for Northeastern, the 12-5 lead, hanging on right now. What did you like out of their first half of play, and what do you think they need to continue?
Yeah, I think Northeastern did a great job of looking after the ball and quickly realigning and using that depth to swing the ball side to side. So I think the team that's going to win this game will probably be the team that can best execute that in the second half.
So now we will see the kickoff set to come as both teams will come out of their huddle. Have a couple of more round robin matchups here before we get back to pool play. It'll be Dartmouth 2 and Army. That will get set at 12:40. And then the 1 o'clock Dartmouth Army, Harvard Quinnipiac at 1:20. Then AIC and Malloy and Sacred Heart and Colby Sawyer will round it out at 1:40 and 2 o'clock. So for a lot of these pool play teams, we already know who the top 4 will be. We don't know the seeding yet. And for Sacred Heart, Colby Sawyer, AIC, just trying to get a win on the board here this afternoon. And now taken away in a turnover here to Northeastern.
And Northeastern take the line out quickly. Look to spread it early.
And they try to get it to the outside here. Quickly to the edge. Cuts back.
Finds the support on the inside. And there's space out on the left.
Great pass there. And taken down.
Good tackle made by Carolyn Mills out on the right-hand side.
Flip is knocked away. And now battle for the ball here. Good flip right to the middle. Turnover taken away by Harvard.
Great poach one there from Harvard. Great work over the ball.
Good job by Northeastern here trying to take that one. Almost taken down, but instead Harvard able to try and bounce this one outside.
And we're very condensed at the moment as a result of the minute of ball and play we've just had. But Harvard do well to get the offload.
And now they've got space to work. Down the middle. Groff is not going to be touched. It's a try for Harvard as they've now got the try once again.
Yeah, and that's big for Harvard. We've got the opportunity to level the game again with the conversion here, the conversion attempt, and just a great example of Harvard staying alive there and looking for their support and a great finish.
And we're all tied up after the try by Wright. And now for Harvard, this becomes a situation where gotta find a way to maybe get this ball back on the kickoff. But for Northeastern, again, getting back to what you did well in that first half and create some offensive opportunity.
Yeah, well, we got 4 minutes left, ball and play, so it's really going to be a really exciting finish to this game. As Harvard kicked the restart long, it's taken well, carried into contact.
Good job there by Northeastern. Flipped off over on the far side. Pass back and working quickly on the passing here is Northeastern.
Great line speed from Harvard, shutting that down there.
Once again, a nice tackle on the outside here. That one almost turned over. Instead dropped down and Northeastern resets. That one just a little bit too far forward and turned over.
Lock on advantage played. Harvard opportunity here down the right hand flank. Offloads there.
Great pass, moving quickly upfield. And trying to go in for the try, and Will is going to be Gabriella Fornadopoulos. She'll go in, and that will give Harvard the 5-point advantage.
Yeah, that's huge. Great defensive play from Harvard there, turning the ball over in contact and shifting it to the outside, and they've taken the lead at 21-12 with that restart being successful.
And
conversion.
A big conversion there by Harvard. And again, those conversions have been huge today for pretty much all of these sides, especially for these round robin teams. We have seen a couple of miscues in that department. It's now a kick that's picked up here by Northeastern.
Strong tackle made by Harvard.
quickly upfield.
Great show of footwork as Northeastern finds space. Last man to beat.
Into
Side. Oh,
taken away into space, and unfortunately for Northeastern, had it knocked away just as they were trying to make that move toward the try zone.
yeah, great show of footwork to get through the space there, create the line break, and although they turned the ball over right down to the end of the field, they have some good field position here. If they can turn the ball over against Harvard.
That was a good run there by Katrina Besky. She was able to make a move toward that zone. But now here off the scrum, picked up by Harvard.
Good skip pass throw in the space on the outside. Well dragged down.
Harvard trying to work out of this off the ground. Miscue there, dropped, but picked up quickly. So the jar will fall and we'll have a stoppage here. And a penalty upcoming. Northeastern will have to go down one.
Yeah, and this is going to make it tough for Northeastern now, playing with down to 6 for the final minute. Harvard will just be looking to hold onto the ball.
Pass and work quickly upfield. Good run there by Groff. Moved back.
Strong into contact. Good work looking after the ball by Harvard in the breakdown.
Ajar got stepped over by a Northeastern defender. As now, again from the ground, Harvard able to control. Right. Pass back, Hajar has to go try to chase it down. Just hits the deck.
Yeah, just got to hold on to it now, Harvard, for the last 30 seconds of this match.
Right. Taken down. Hands it off. Good execution by Harvard to just keep possession.
Stern defense from Northeastern, looking to totally turn this ball over.
List flipped it back.
Harvard accumulating phases.
Ajar with it. Pass off, player hits the deck. And
Penalty given,
yeah.
not releasing. Northeastern with a quick tap.
Northeastern with a chance here.
Time expired on the clock.
And that one lost. And we will have stoppage once again. See what referee decides. And that will bring us here to a scrum in favor of Harvard.
Yeah, I thought time had expired on the clock there, but we look like we've got time for one more scrum. Harvard with a great job to turn that ball back over after the penalty was won by Northeastern. We'll be looking to clear their lines and finish the game.
Harvard able to do so, and that is going to end it. So the Harvard Crimson 19-12 winners. Tom, a very impressive display at the end of that game by Harvard just to hang on.
Yeah, well, it was a great game of footy, wasn't it? Two relatively even sides with intent to play, and Harvard did just enough at the end. Had a great fight, showing to turn the ball over at a couple of crucial times and win the fixture.
So Dartmouth and Army coming up next here on the Ivy League on ESPN.